In May 2025, former President Donald Trump embarked on his first major international trip since winning a second term. His first stop was a significant one: Saudi Arabia. This visit marked a new chapter in U.S.-Saudi relations, highlighted by a massive arms deal and the promise of substantial investments. Trump's visit also signaled a different approach to the region compared to the Biden administration. Trump's decision to make Saudi Arabia his first stop, just like he did in his first term, underscores the importance he places on the U.S.-Saudi relationship. This visit aimed to solidify ties and foster closer cooperation between the two nations. The former president's trip came at a time of shifting alliances and geopolitical realignments in the Middle East, making the strengthening of this partnership even more crucial. The centerpiece of Trump's visit was the announcement of a staggering $142 billion arms deal with Saudi Arabia. This deal, one of the largest ever between the two countries, encompasses a wide array of advanced weaponry, including C-130 transport aircraft missiles and sophisticated radar systems. Major U.S. defense contractors like Lockheed Martin, RTX, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, General Atomics are set to benefit from this agreement. This massive arms deal is not just about military hardware, it's a strategic move aimed at bolstering Saudi Arabia's defense capabilities amidst regional tensions. The deal has drawn criticism from some who argue that it could escalate conflicts in the region. However, the Trump administration defended the deal, asserting that it would enhance stability and counter threats from Iran and its allies. During his visit, Trump repeatedly emphasized the importance of Saudi Arabia as a key partner for the United States. He stressed the need for a strong and enduring relationship between the two nations, highlighting their shared interests in combating terrorism, ensuring regional stability, and promoting economic growth. Trump's rhetoric underscored his belief in Saudi Arabia's pivotal role in his vision for the Middle East. Trump's warm words toward Saudi Arabia stood in stark contrast to the often strained relationship between the kingdom and the Biden administration. President Biden had previously called for a reassessment of the U.S.-Saudi partnership, criticizing the kingdom's human rights record and its involvement in the Yemen war. This difference in approach highlights the shift in U.S. foreign policy under the Trump administration. Beyond the arms deal, Trump's visit also focused on securing economic benefits for the United States. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman hinted at potential future investments from Saudi Arabia that could reach a staggering $1 trillion. These investments would span various sectors including energy, infrastructure, and technology, potentially creating jobs and boosting the U.S. economy. Adding to the economic momentum, the United Arab Emirates also committed to investing $1.4 trillion in the United States over the next decade. These pledges of investment from Saudi Arabia and the UAE are a testament to Trump's efforts to attract foreign capital and strengthen the American economy. These investments are seen as a sign of confidence in the U.S. economy under Trump's leadership. Section 5. Trump's vision for the Middle East. Trump's visit to Saudi Arabia was not just about bilateral relations, it was also an opportunity to advance his broader vision for the Middle East. This vision encompasses a multifaceted approach aimed at reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the region. By engaging with key players, Trump sought to build a coalition that could address long-standing issues and foster a new era of cooperation and stability. A key element of this vision is the expansion of the Abraham Accords, a series of normalization agreements between Israel and Arab states. These accords represent a significant diplomatic breakthrough, as they pave the way for increased economic, cultural, and security cooperation between former adversaries. The agreements have already led to tangible benefits, including new trade deals and tourism opportunities. Trump expressed his desire to see Saudi Arabia join the Abraham Accords, which he believes would be a significant step towards achieving peace and stability in the region. The inclusion of Saudi Arabia, a major regional power, would not only bolster the accords but also send a strong message of unity against common threats. Trump's vision for the Middle East centers around fostering closer ties between Israel and Arab nations, isolating Iran, and countering terrorism. By strengthening alliances and promoting collaboration, Trump aimed to create a united front that could effectively address the challenges posed by extremist groups and hostile states. The Abraham Accords, seen as a foreign policy achievement, play a crucial role in this vision. They are not just symbolic gestures but practical steps towards a more integrated and peaceful Middle East. The accords have the potential to transform the region by encouraging dialogue and reducing tensions. However, bringing Saudi Arabia, a regional heavyweight, into the fold remains a challenge due to the complex Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The long-standing issues between Israel and Palestine continue to be a significant barrier to broader regional cooperation. Despite these challenges, Trump's vision remains focused on the potential for a more peaceful and prosperous Middle East through strategic partnerships and diplomatic efforts. Section 6. A shift from Biden's approach. Trump's engagement with Saudi Arabia marked a clear departure from the approach taken by the Biden administration. During his tenure, Trump focused on strengthening ties with Riyadh, often highlighting the economic benefits of the relationship. While Biden had adopted a more critical stance towards Riyadh, particularly regarding human rights concerns, his administration emphasized accountability and transparency. Trump opted for a more conciliatory approach, prioritizing strategic and economic interests. He often praised Saudi Arabia's role in countering terrorism and its investments in the U.S. economy. This difference in approach reflects the ongoing debate within U.S. foreign policy circles about how to best engage with Saudi Arabia. Some argue for a pragmatic approach that focuses on mutual benefits, while others stress the importance of upholding human rights and democratic values. The Biden administration had paused offensive arms sales to Saudi Arabia over its involvement in the Yemen war, signaling a shift towards a more cautious and principled foreign policy. Additionally, Biden imposed sanctions on some Saudi officials for their alleged role in the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, a move that underscored his commitment to human rights. In contrast, Trump sought to reset the relationship, emphasizing shared interests and downplaying areas of disagreement. He believed that a strong alliance with Saudi Arabia was crucial for regional stability and economic growth. This shift in approach highlights the fluctuations in U.S.-Saudi relations under different administrations. It underscores the complexity of international diplomacy, where strategic interests often intersect with ethical considerations. Section 7. Lifting sanctions on Syria. In another significant move during his trip, Trump announced the lifting of U.S. sanctions on Syria. This decision, met with mixed reactions, aims to provide Syria with a chance at greatness after years of civil war and economic hardship. Trump argued that the sanctions had failed to achieve their intended goals and were only hurting the Syrian people. The lifting of sanctions is seen by some as a step towards normalizing relations with the Syrian government, led by Bashar al-Assad. However, critics argue that it rewards a regime accused of human rights abuses and could embolden Assad. The decision to lift sanctions on Syria is a controversial one, reflecting the complex and evolving dynamics in the region. Section 8. A chance at greatness. Trump's decision to lift sanctions on Syria is based on the belief that it will pave the way for the country's reconstruction and economic recovery. The hope is that by easing economic pressure, Syria will be in a better position to rebuild its infrastructure, revitalize its economy, and provide for its people. However, the path to greatness for Syria remains fraught with challenges. Years of conflict have devastated Syria's infrastructure, displaced millions of people, and left its economy in ruins. The lifting of sanctions alone is unlikely to solve these deep-seated problems. Moreover, the ongoing civil war, the presence of foreign powers, and the lack of a comprehensive political solution pose significant obstacles to Syria's recovery. Section 9. The future of U.S. foreign policy. Trump's trip to Saudi Arabia and his decisions regarding arms sales and sanctions have significant implications for U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. His administration's approach has been marked by a significant shift from previous policies, emphasizing a more direct and transactional relationship with key regional players. His focus on strengthening alliances with traditional partners like Saudi Arabia, promoting economic ties and ensuring that American interests are prioritized has been a cornerstone of his strategy. This approach has led to both opportunities and challenges in the region. Pursuing his vision for regional peace, Trump has aimed to broker agreements that could potentially stabilize the area. However, the effectiveness and sustainability of these efforts are still under scrutiny. The dynamics of the Middle East are complex, and peace remains an elusive goal. However, the long-term consequences of these policies remain to be seen. The region's intricate web of alliances and enmities means that any shift in policy can have far-reaching effects, both positive and negative. Trump's approach to the Middle East has been characterized by a focus on transactional diplomacy, prioritizing economic interests, and leveraging America's economic power to achieve foreign policy goals. This has included significant arms deals and economic agreements. His willingness to challenge established norms and take bold steps has been both praised and criticized. While some see it as a necessary shakeup, others worry about the potential for unintended consequences. It remains to be seen how these policies will impact the complex web of relationships, conflicts, and aspirations that define the Middle East. The region remains volatile with ongoing conflicts and political instability. The future of U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East is uncertain. As new administrations come into power, they will have to navigate the legacy of Trump's policies and the ever-changing landscape of the region. The stakes are high, and the outcomes will shape global politics for years to come.